Hey guys, Trevor with Shadow Systems. It's Technical Tuesday. I want to show you some tricks related to loading magazines. We load truckloads of magazines here. We test fire all the time. Our fingers are sore. We have found some techniques and some tools we like to make it a little easier. Even if you're an experienced shooter, I'm going to show you something today that will make getting that last round or couple rounds into the magazine less work. So just stay with me. Okay, I've got a sampling of random magazines here, stuff that came out of our sort of pistol samples. I have a Taurus 17 round magazine, looks like it's made by Mekgar. I don't know what gun it fits on theirs in their product line. This is a 12 round 40 caliber magazine for a SIG 229. And then I also have a DR920 PMag, 17 rounds, and I grabbed a subcompact 10 round CR magazine. I want to highlight something too. In the world of subcompacts, you're typically dealing with higher spring pressure. For subcompacts to run well, they're just less tolerant to slow moving stacks. And so most subcompact magazines, certainly ours, they have pretty strong springs in them. And so you'll see that the 10 round CR magazine sometimes can be a challenge. So I want to show you that. All right, first, let me show you the tool that we like. We actually have tried, I think, all of them. We like the UpLULA, okay? So the UpLULA tool slides over the top of it, and then it's got this little funny ramp on the front which holds down the follower as you go, okay? So you hold it down, you just drop around. That's a 40 cal. Here's a 9. Drop a round in, okay? Pull it down, drop a round in, pull it down, drop a round in, and it's this easy, all right? So the only limitation is sometimes the UpLULA won't push the stack down far enough for the last round. So just be aware of that, okay? But that's how you use the UpLULA. Okay, I've got a few left. All right, if I'm just using my fingers to load the magazines, what you want to do is create some space, okay? Because what happens to new shooters a lot of times, or just anybody, is they try to like push down a bullet on the top of the magazine with another bullet and it just kind of slips all over the place. So you can make it easier in one of two ways. You can either use your other thumb to kind of hold it down a little bit, which will sort of create some space on the side to get that round started, because pushing the round down the whole way is a lot harder than just having to kind of push it down a little bit. So you can use your other thumb to hold the stack down to load that round. Okay, that's one way of doing it. The other way that I do it is I actually do this thumb crossy technique where I let my other thumb push on the top of my first thumb so that I'm magnifying my force. So that looks like this. I cross my thumbs and I'm pushing with both thumbs at the same time. I get the bullet kind of started, I cross my thumbs, I push with both thumbs at the same time. Get the bullet started, I cross my thumbs, push with both thumbs at the same time. That's a lot easier. Okay. All right, so you'll find your way toward, let's say, 16, 17 rounds. We're almost there. Here, there's 17 rounds in this magazine, right? 17 rounds. So in this situation, I'm never gonna get an 18th round. This is the trick that most people haven't seen. You can use the entire stack of rounds in a magazine as a little dead blow hammer. A dead blow hammer is a hammer that has a cavity inside of it that contains lead shot. And dead blow hammers are useful because they sort of magnify your impact force. It's the same as a buffer on an AR-15, where you have these loose weights in the buffer that slam forward and increase the force of the breech closing, okay? So you can use the stack just like that to compress the heck out of all the stuff at the bottom of the magazine. How do you do that? You have to push down the top round first. So you hold down the top round even just a little tiny bit to take out some of the slack, and then you hit it against something. I'll use the palm of my hand or even a table. If you do that, all of those cartridges, which contain lead and are very heavy, right? It's like a half a box of ammo. They all come crashing down on top of that follower assembly and spring, and they smash everything down. So since I've done that, okay, this is again a 17 round magazine, fully loaded, right? 17 round magazine. I've done that a few times. Okay, there's 18 rounds. I'm not saying you should ever load the magazine with 18 rounds. Don't exceed the capacity of the magazine. I'm merely pointing out that you can really compress all that stuff down at the bottom more than you think when you're using that technique. All right, I'm gonna load this little 10 round magazine for the CR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's 10, and 10's a little bit tight, okay? 10's a little bit tight, not a lot of slack there. I'm gonna push down on the top round, and strike it. And now I've got actually tons of room at the top of the magazine. I bet I can almost get 11. There's 11 rounds in a 10-round magazine. Don't do that, all right? Just making the point that you can create a lot more space. And by the way, if the magazine's starting to get hard to load even halfway down, okay, give it a hit and you'll compress that stack, okay? All right, I grabbed this 40 caliber magazine because it was actually pretty tight. It's a 12-round mag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rounds to capacity. There's 12. I mean, I just about blew the bottom off of that magazine tube just now. Like, there's tons of space now. 13. Okay. Don't do that. Just making the point, you can create space with that technique. All right? So try that out. If you're ever stuck, show your friends and new shooters that trick. It's really kind of painful to watch people struggling to load magazines. So show them the technique of crossing their thumbs or holding the stack down so that they can get that round started and make it easier for everybody. And if you do want to get a tool, check out the UpLULA. All right? That's what we have for you this week, and we'll see you next time.